Hey, George.
Hi. Whoa, nice hat, man. You Mike McGlinchey?
Yes, I'm Mike McGlinchey.
Nice. You guys got the
I
same
noticed you
smile.
like. What's that?
Got the same smile.
Well, I like to be like him. He's someone we can aspire to all act like.
True.
So I notice you like to greet us and say hello before we ask our questions.
Yeah.
And what I'm wondering is, do you do the same thing on the field during games to opposing players when you're lined up across from them before the play starts?
More often than not, yeah. Oh, he's muted. Can you unmute him? All right, keep
And
going.
what's their reaction when you say something like, "Hey, how's it going, dog?"
I either get silence, they swear at me, or we have to start having a conversation. Just depends on the guy, but I always throw some feelers out there to see what I'm going to deal with the whole day. But it's fun for me because I jump from side to side, so I get to go up against a bunch of different people, and it's really funny because like maybe I'm on the right side and the guy will tell me to shove it and shut up. While I go to the left side, we'll have a conversation the entire game. So it's fun for me, and I like to have those conversations.
Kyle, you always do such a good job with blocking and the dirty work and the non-glamorous aspects of football. What did it mean to you to get 4 carries and 2 targets and to be involved that heavily in the game that way?
It means a lot. I've said it before. I'm not the fullback that is gonna tell you my favorite thing to do is to go block on 50 snaps a game. I love touching the ball, and just my mentality since college is that the better I block and the more blocks I get, the more opportunities I'm gonna get to touch the ball. So for Kyle to reward me like that last week and let me get those carries and have some targets, it means everything to me. That it fires me up. You can see me. I'm smiling every time I touch the ball. And honestly, it helps me on the next play if I need to go block because I know the type of energy I get when I do get those opportunities.
Hey, Kyle, how do you assess the fatigue level of your team after completing the second cross-country trip of the season before the bye week?
It definitely affects you. I mean, you can feel it during the week. I used to not know what people were talking about, and now I think I just notice it a lot more. I notice it myself even, and then you start to ask some of the other coaches, and you see it in guys. But you recover as the week goes. At least you feel better and you get more used to it. It's right now you don't have time to think about it. I keep telling our guys. I mean, we got 2 games here in 6 days, which is a lot, and but everyone's got to go through that. But I plan on us not having anything left after 6 days from now, and I try to tell them that that's all right because after our 2 games in 6 days, and I believe we have 1 game in 24 days. So you're going to go from one extreme to the other, and both can sometimes be a negative, but both sometimes can be a positive. Just depends how you react to it, and I think our guys have been through about everything, so I expect us to react well.
Kyle, Jimmy Ward is your starting free safety, but on third down, it seems like he kind of does anything but play single high free safety. How does his versatility help your defense, particularly on third down?
Anytime you have a safety who's extremely good in the middle of the field, an extremely good tackler, he could blitz, and I think he's been one of our best cover guys, whether on a tight end, a receiver, or a back. That since I've been here, so when you can do that, you can just use them a lot of different ways. Gives our defense a lot of different decisions on how matchups and man to man and different places to put him because of the physicality he plays with, and it's always really good to have Jimmy out there throughout the game, but especially third down.
Robert, when news came out last week that both of your starting safeties would miss the Patriots game, it seemed like that might cost you the game. Clearly, it didn't. Your defense was great, and it seemed like Tavarius Moore and Marcel Harris both made plays. How would you assess their play, and did your defense fall off in ways that the layman would notice without your starting safety?
I thought they did a really good job. They played within the scheme. They did their job. Obviously, there's always going to be things that they can clean up, but I'll give hats off over to Coach Oden and Daniel Bullocks and Rudy. I thought they did a really good job on such short notice because of the way Jimmy had to go out. It was Thursday night, and so they had basically Friday, Saturday to really crash course with T. Moore and get him as many reps as he can. Saturday walkthrough was designed to get those guys as many of the reps looks that they'd get. It was really focused on those two safeties, and to their credit, they did such a good job. The safeties, talking about T. Moore and Marcel, preparing for that game and making sure that they were on their job. And now that they've had another week, it's not to make anything up, but continue to do what they're doing and stay within the scheme and do their job and trust that if they do their job, they'll show up and they'll make plays because they are still gifted athletes.